Yo, what's happening? What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another edition of You Know What. We're not following the trend anymore, you guys, or like we were before. I'm not doing it, and I refuse to report on some stupid crap that has nothing to do with my life. And all these people who want to be brain dead and go walk around and worship the politicians and do whatever they want are free to go do that. We're going to talk about some night vision. Oh yeah, and I got some notes and I got some cool stuff for you to see. These are your F5032s, white phosphorus, dual tube night vision capability. Oh yeah. This is a whole nother level. When you get to off the flat range, you'll start diving in to hopefully dual nods instead of your monocular, because duals rock. What's cool about these is the following. Okay, these just come down and they fold right back up. And you know what? That is such a cool option rather than using your knob, your push knob to push these things up. Now, this is for comms, whatever, as part of the helmet. So your nods come right up, bam, get to work, do what you need to do. It's too light out, you got that option. You don't have to flip them all the way up, you know, to where they sit on the back, on the front of your helmet. Okay, these things are money, and you want to get these type of dual nods if you're going to buy some. It's a must that they flip down. Okay, I mean, you got one here, you can go monocular if you want. You can see almost everything. You know, and when you get used to these, you know, you're not losing your depth perception to say, with a monocular you are, but you get used to it pretty quick. You know, if you can adapt to things kind of like I do, you're not going to have any issues when it comes to that. You just got to keep training with it and just stay on point, just walk with it, work with it in your house. You don't have to have a rifle on you. You can just walk around and just do one tube if you want. If you want to bring the other one down, bring it down, rock and roll, right? But that option there, bam, best option. I love these F5032s. These were top of the line in their day, probably about 3 years ago, 4 years ago maybe, but they still rock. I got no problems with these tubes. They're flawless tubes. They work absolutely wonderful. I take them out, I have a good time with them, and we actually use them. So, that being said, hey, this is the skull cap from Cry Precision, and you got your BOA on the back of your helmet, and you can just adjust if you need to. You know, you don't have to wear this. You can just put this on, tighten up your BOA, you're ready to rock and roll. So this thing, it pops out, and you can loosen it, and then you pop it back in, and then you tighten up what you need to tighten up. BOA is pretty cool. I like it. So, you got your dual tubes, okay? You got your Wilcox mount. This is your Wilcox mount. It's about 500 bucks. The mount alone, okay? It's a nice helmet. I think it's around a $900 helmet. I forget which brand it is. It's one of the higher end brands. Not the top of the line, but whatever. It's a ballistic helmet. And honestly, I'm getting kind of sick and tired of running the ballistic helmet. They're heavy. And I'm thinking about ordering an OpsCore bump helmet instead of having this heavy weight on my head. You know, that being said, it is what it is, and I'm not going to sit here and bicker at it. So I've got a Surefire Vampire for a helmet mounted light. It's got IR on, IR off, standard night vision, nice light on the helmet. I used to run the OpsCore for I used to have the ops core mount, and I actually had the ops cores linked up, I think, with my Swordens, my Sworden Supremes. They worked pretty well. Honestly, I got fed up with the wiring around the helmet with the ops core mounts, you know, because they flap out and they come back in. I'm just not a big fan of them. I tried them out and I gave them a run. I might actually re-hook them back up and try it again, just in case. You know, I just want to be 100% sure. But anyways, for now, I'm running the 3M Peltors. I have to double up. Like, I have to put the Surefires in. If I'm not running a suppressor, I got to put the Surefires in. So I'm doubling up. I got the Surefires in, and then I have the Peltors on my ears. These are not the best ear protection. I will just tell you right now. The price tag would make you believe you're getting your money's worth. But to be honest with you, there's too much sound that gets in between the cushion of your ear. So your skin, in between your skin and the cushion of this. So if you have sensitive ears like I do, you're probably not going to want to run these on your helmet. Some guys like them. Honestly, if I could have spent my money on something else, I'd probably get the ops cores or something a little bit heavier. It's like made with good internals to where that noise just isn't gonna boom puncture your eardrum. These kind of do. So anyways, enough of that. So got your counterweight, you got your NATO down lead, you got your beacon, this is your down lead. It goes to comms, and comms are connected to your carrier. So that's that. And you know, you can get this this kind of like shroud thing for your head. It's kind of cool. I like it. I think I got this thing on Amazon for like, I don't know, less than 20 bucks. You know, shit hits the fan. You don't want to be seen. You don't want anybody to know who you are. You can just wear it like this, bring it up over your nose, protect everything. Put some sunglasses on. You're ready to rock and roll, dude. Nobody even knows who you are, dude. So, this is kind of what it would look like. But put sunglasses on, you're ready to rock and roll, right? So, anyways. Okay. So I'm going to go over this stuff real quick. I got some notes, and I'm going to read them to you. I'm not going to sit here and memorize everything because that's not how Homeboy plays, okay? So I'm just going to read you some stuff that I've got down that is going to help you kind of understand what we're dealing with when it comes to the platform of night vision. Like I said, you want experience with your rifle first. So look. We're clear. Okay. You want to become very proficient and efficient with this type of rifle. Okay. This is your AR-15. It's suppressed. It's got night vision capability. It's got the Vampire Scout Light, IR on, IR off. I got a dual switch here for night vision by Unity Tactical. And this is a Steiner D-Ball 3. And I got the vertical grip, aim point comp M5, and Magpul furniture and the Surefire suppressor on here. But you want to become very good with this platform of rifle, okay? When you get your discipline down, and you get your fundamentals down, and you've got your safety completely tuned in and dialed, finger straightened off the trigger till you made a conscious decision to shoot, bam, you know all your firearm safety rules, know your target, know what's in between your target and what's beyond your target. Also, we check our sixes now, right? We're just constantly looking, you know, and you're scanning, okay? finger straighten off the trigger until you've made that conscious decision to shoot. So when you're here and you're at the high ready, okay, you want to have that trigger discipline. So you're here, you got your target, finger off the trigger, safety off, you're ready to rock and roll, okay? So your safety is always going to come first, okay? Get your fundamentals down, take your shots slow, make your shots, and eventually you get faster and faster and faster. If you want to become good at this game, you're gonna wanna train enough, okay? I got 55 grain for sale. That's what we do for these rifles and AK platform 5.56. So you wanna become, this wants to become a part of you to where when you don't have it, you miss it. It's like part of you now, right? Discipline, safety, fundamentals, those three things, man, you want to stay on point with all those. So before you think about night vision, you want to become very, very good at these things. That's my recommendation. Other people might say I'm full of it, whatever. They can say what they want. I don't care. Okay, so I'm gonna read you some stuff I got written down, okay? Just to make it a little easier for you guys. If you guys haven't done your own research on night vision. Okay, I'm not gonna take up a ton of your guys' time. All right, so night vision technology offers significant advantages primarily by enabling visibility in low light or dark environments, okay? Low light and dark environments. Enhancing safety and situational awareness and providing a tactical advantage. So if shit hits the fan, you got night vision and they don't, that's your tactical advantage. You get what I'm saying? It improves visibility for various applications, including driving, which is very fun. You turn off all the lights, man, you're cruising, especially out in the desert here in Nevada. Man, it's a blast. Search and rescue, wildlife observation, and security. Enhanced visibility. Night vision devices amplify available light, allowing users to see clearly in dim or dark conditions. White phos tubes, your best bet. And by the way, I do have a set of these things for sale, and I will tell you at the end about them. This increased visibility can be crucial in situations where visibility is limited, such as driving in the dark or navigating a dimly lit area. Money. Infrared night vision, which detects heat signatures, can even provide visibility in complete darkness. Improved safety. Night vision can help drivers see potential hazards like pedestrians, animals, or obstacles earlier, reducing the risk of accidents. It's not like you're gonna sit around and drive around with night vision. Sure you can, and it would definitely help, but most people aren't gonna do that. It's hilarious. This is so funny. In security applications, it allows for early detection of threats and intruders, enhancing overall safety. Now, if you're like me, you have this stuff at the ready all the time. Of course, locked up. Not. Tactical advantage. Military and law enforcement personnel utilize night vision for covert operations, surveillance, and target acquisition in low light environments. If you're thinking about getting a set of these and you're kind of getting tired of the flat range stuff, I'd highly recommend these things. The ability to see in the dark provides a significant tactical advantage, allowing for stealthy movement and precise targeting. Versatility. Night vision technology is versatile and can be applied in a wide range of applications, from outdoor recreation and hunting to professional fields like research, like search and rescue, wildlife research, and security. Night vision technology is versatile and can be applied in a wide... Yeah, I just read that, okay. Digital night vision offers the added benefit of being able to record images and videos, providing valuable documentation and evidence. These aren't digital, and you're gonna pay a hefty price for digital ones. So unless you work for a large corporation or something that does all kinds of different work, you'd probably be into something like that. Other benefits. Night vision can reduce fatigue during long-term operations by eliminating the need for artificial lighting. It can also aid in wildlife observation and research, allowing scientists to study nocturnal animals without disturbing them. Of course, you know, everybody's got night vision on their cameras. You know, I got night vision on this GoPro. Everybody's got night vision on something. Well, not everybody. But if you're looking for, if you're a prepper and you think you're good, you don't need night vision, fine. You don't need night vision. You're just, if you can afford it, you're just taking yourself away from that tactical advantage. Like if you have to roll up on some people taking maybe your stuff and they don't have night vision and you do, well, I'll tell you what, they're not gonna see you coming and they're not gonna hear anything. You get what I'm saying? So having these things around, even just around your house, or if you're like living in the woods, if you're somewhere and you don't have a set of these and you can afford it, you're gonna wanna get some of these because you don't have to rely on artificial light, like your flashlight. You don't have to flash everywhere. Dude, the field of vision with these things, you can see everything. Plus, you've got infrared lighting. So you've got lights on your rifle and you've got a light on your helmet. And if you're lucky enough, you've got a light inside of your night vision. That's just it doesn't flood too much in front of you. It gives you a little bit of flood, but not much, okay? But with the Steiner D-ball, I've got a pretty awesome flood on this thing. It's a big round light. And it's real sharp and it's got different settings. Like you got a small one, medium-sized one, and a real big one. So you could light up a large area in front of you with this here bad boy, $3,000 just for this, okay? Not everybody carries these things. There are cheaper alternatives. You don't have to run with the most expensive stuff kind of like I do. When I research a name, for something like Surefire, you know, they have an impeccable history of not failing. Some people will argue with the Surefire night vision stuff. It will fail eventually. And you know what? It might. We put these rifles through a lot of crap. And plus, there's things inside every light that is just going to fail at some point. They just do. Okay? I've had this cap on my Vampire light. I've had this thing fail. It just stopped working for no apparent reason. Just stopped. So I sent it into Surefire and it was like 3 months I had to wait in order to get it back. Okay. So night vision in my book is a major, major plus. If I didn't have this, I would feel extremely naked. I would feel vulnerable and not being able to do what I need to do to protect family, friends, whoever it is. Shit hits the fan and you need to get around at night, you're gonna need this. You don't wanna take any chances. And if it's real dark out, man, I'm telling you, no one will see you. Proper clothing, proper camouflage, all that stuff. Good communications. If you're with a team of guys, you can move and be real quiet and talk to each other, okay? And you can see almost everything except heat signatures with night vision, okay? If you want to get a thermal optic or a thermal whatever, you can go buy that separate. I have one. I'm not gonna go over it today. It's a pretty nice piece of gear. I forget what the brand is. I'll bring it out in a couple weeks here, and I'll even post some pictures of thermal and night vision on my YouTube when we hit the range and start training. So I just kind of wanted to go over real quick some night vision with you. I am by no means some special warfare operator running around doing crazy stuff. I'm not like that. I'm just a civilian dude who got into this stuff because my training kind of just it peaked where I was, and then I plateaued, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get some dual night vision and I'm gonna start rocking and rolling. And I did, and I have not ever regretted buying this thing. Brand new, this stuff was $13,000 just for the dual night vision, just for the dual tubes, $13,000. And I think now they're about $12,000 if you can score a good deal on them. I know the markup with these things isn't all that great. But if you need a night vision connection, get a hold of me. I can probably get you a little bit of a deal on some stuff if you're looking. I do have these F5032s are not for sale, but I do have a set of DT NVGs by Night Ops Tactical that I have for sale. It's got a helmet. It's got your ear pro. It's got your, I think it's got a counterweight, just like this. Your counterweight is this piece here. You need this on the back in order to balance everything, okay? If you don't have a counterweight in the back, the front of your helmet's gonna drop like this, and you don't want that, okay? Because all the weight's going down here, and it's hard to run it, all right? I like things straight. Why is this not straight? Oh. Now it's straight. Awesome. I mean, that being said, you guys, this setup is hands down pretty awesome. I can't recommend night vision enough. But just understand, like right now would probably be a good time to buy because people are holding on to their cash. They're not out spending money like they normally do. Okay, so you could probably get a deal on a laser, on an IR laser, if you want to run night vision. And you know, you don't have to buy all of this stuff at once. Shop around, find the deals. Okay. What else? I kind of think that's about it, you guys. Like I said, I'm not the master at this stuff. I'm just a dude training who's kind of been around the block a bunch of times, and I know how to operate this stuff. And during my classes, we're gonna be running some night vision stuff, okay? My 7-week courses, you're gonna be doing night vision, and you're gonna be, you know, hopefully, if we get to the point of driving, pulling up, grabbing your AR, jumping out of the car, night vision, pa-pa, pa-pa, pa-pa. You'll be running and gunning and doing some stuff and having a lot of fun. That stuff is a blast. And yes, we'll have RSOs around, so they'll make sure that you're all taken care of when it comes to, you know, exiting the vehicle, engaging targets, safety, all that stuff. So anyways, you guys, I hope and pray you decide to get with some night vision goggles, because you'll never regret it. You guys who are married, it's gonna be a little harder for you guys, because you're gonna have to convince your wife that not having a pair of nods is very unfortunate and sad, and you're gonna have to make up a bunch of different things to persuade her that you need some night vision. Not to sit here and get funny, but you know, and I understand this is a lot of money. I don't expect everybody to just go out and buy this stuff. So if you can afford it, talk to your wife first, and you're gonna have to go from there and just convince her somehow that this is the best decision one of the best decisions you could make for your family. Once you get these, you're gonna wanna start doing some classes with law enforcement or ex-military or military and learn how to use these things. You don't just get these and learn how to use them yourself. You got your laser pointer that needs to be dialed in, and you've got your night vision that you want to be around a bunch of guys teaching you the ins and outs and the fundamentals of night vision. You don't want to start developing bad habits right when you start getting things, okay? That's why I always say you want to get training with everything when it comes from like night vision to ARs, pistols, whatever it is. Get training because you learn the safety, you learn your fundamentals, and you learn about disciplines that are involved with these rifles and night vision. So, that's that. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this a little bit. I wanted to get off the garbage nonsense for a little bit. You know, I'm over it. I've just noticed on YouTube, you know, I've been talking to this dude, the guy who works by these ports. Guy's hilarious, man. He's so funny. We talk about how, well, he brought it up to me. I'm gonna give him credit because, you know, I kind of have this in the back of my head, but I never really embraced it. When you look on YouTube, it is a bunch of just doom, doom, doom. And everybody kind of follows the same trajectory. It's like the sprinkler. You know, everybody's talking about the same thing. And it's almost like that I understand that's how you build your channel, but here at Knights of Christ Training Academy, we're doing something completely different. We're doing Christ, we're doing firearms training, personal defense, family defense, staying in the good word, the Bible, the Holy Bible, health, food-wise, mental health, physical health, grinding hard. We're super grinders, 14 miles a day. We're getting it in. We do things way different on this channel. So if you're surprised one day that I'm doing a night vision video real quick, and I'm jumping to learning how to be a man the next video, dude, that's just this channel. That's just what we do. You're getting it all here. It's all coming from here. Now, if there's something that you guys want me to talk about, leave it in the comments. Please, leave it in the comments. I'd love that. Thank you. I don't want to hear crying and complaining about the same video every single day. It's not the same video every single day. If you've got a brain, and no offense, if you've got a brain, start thinking and try to absorb. You might learn something. And I'm not saying this to everybody, but the haters and the doubters, whatever. You guys, trust me, stick around. We got more stuff coming. We're gonna eventually get in videos. I'm busy. I got things going on. My physical fitness right now trumps me going to the range and getting in 500 rounds of my AR and 200 rounds of my pistol. I'll get there. And every single time I go there, I don't want to film anyways, man. I'm there to grind at that too. You know, it's time to be a super grinder. You know, if anybody is out there crying and complaining about the dumbest crap, tell them to be quiet and go grind. Go run 10 miles. Go do something. Hit the deck and do 100 push-ups for Jesus. Do something. Sitting around and complaining about things is gonna get you nowhere in life. Everybody's gonna keep passing you by. So if you've got a topic, say it, I'll get to it. Mr. Orville, yes, I'm working on a video to do on the 308 loading. I've got some brass here, I've got everything here, and the machine is primed and ready to go. So soon here, I will be doing an ammunition loading video. I've been doing this for about 10 plus years, and we've been pretty successful at it. Well, we're not so much anymore, but we're still making it. So I got that video coming out too. Stand by for that. You guys have a good Saturday night. I hope you're not out drinking. I hope you're getting preps ready. I hope you're making some moves with your wife, and maybe she'll put some moves on you. You never know, you might get lucky. What else? If you guys could do a minimum of 500 push-ups before tomorrow night, I'd be a very happy man. In fact, I'm putting out a challenge out there. I'll do it too. Just leave it in the comments. If you want to join in this challenge, you know, in fact, I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start adding challenges in these videos. Like 4-mile runs, I'll be doing 14. You can do 4 or 2. I'll go do my 14. Maybe we should just do like assault bike and push-up challenges and all kinds of fun stuff. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments, man. You know, that might be a good way to help build everybody who watches these channels. You know, you start leaving it in the comments, dude, I got the 500 push-ups done. I might even have a raffle for some ammo or something. If you can prove to me you did 500 push-ups or something, or ran 4 miles or whatever, I'll enter everybody into a contest, into a raffle, and I'll raffle off like 200 or 500 rounds. How about that? I know you guys love it. Free stuff, oh baby. Let's get it. All right, guys, spread the message. Don't spread hate, spread love. Love your wife, love your kids, love your family. Do whatever it takes to stay dangerous, stay healthy, stay hard, stay everything, stay a warrior, whatever it is. Amen. May the Lord bless us and be with us every moment of the day. You guys, we need Jesus more than we think we know. It's imperative that we're with him and he's with us, you guys. We just need him 100%. All right, guys, I'm out of here. You guys take care. I'll be talking to you later.